Hello, today we're doing Monteverde from HTB. It's an Active Directory machine and it's recommended in both the TJNull and LainKusanagi list to prepare for the OSCP. So let's get started. As always, we start with a port scan and I'm using auto recon and I'm enabling the recursive directory enumeration. Since port scanning takes some time, I ran it before and we can have a look at the results. To do so, I'm starting a Python HTTP server in my directory with the results. And then we can go to our web browser and browse the results. We can see we found many open ports. We found port 88 for Kerberos. We also found SMB. And we can have a look at the results from the enum for Linux scan. And we can see the computer name and also the DNS name. So let's add both to our hosts file. We can also have a look at the SMB client. No shares found. Same here. And also nothing here. So whenever we work on an Active Directory machine, I recommend using this mind map. It gives you some structure. And the first thing we want to do is get some usernames. And if we go back here to the SMB client, we see we didn't find any shares, but the anonymous login was successful. And we can try if we can enumerate some usernames, which would be this point. So we use netexec with the SMB protocol, IP address, and the user's flag. And we found some usernames. Let's save them in a users file. Okay, so we found some usernames and we can go to the next step. And that's valid user, but no password. And we can do a password spray attack, and we can start with using the username also as password. So we can use netexec again with the SMB protocol. We give it the IP address. For the usernames, we want to have our users file. Same for the password. We specify no brute force because we only want to use the same password as the username, and also continue on success to see if we can find multiple matches. And we were successful, so we can see this user uses this password. So let's check if we can log in with SMB. And this works. We can also check WinRM. This doesn't seem to work, so let's check again if we see now some shares. And now we can see some shares. We see there is Azure Uploads, which is a non-default share. And we also have read access on users. So let's check this out. We can use our favorite SMB client, and I'm using the one from Impacket. We need to specify our username with password and the IP address. We can list the shares again. Let's use the Azure one. But nothing is there. Now let's check the users one. And we see a few folders. And we can see there is a azure.xml file. And we can see there is a clear text password in the file. We can check if we have working credentials with netexec on SMB. And we do have. Let's also check for WinRM. And we also have access there. So let's connect to the machine. We use either WinRM, we give it the IP address, user and password, and we are on the machine. And we found the first flag, the user file. We can also check our privileges and groups. And we see an interesting group, Azure Admins. So when we look at the usernames here, we see this AAD. And this is a AD Sync service account. And it's a very strong indicator that AD Connect is installed. And AD Connect, it's a service that is used to synchronize your local Active Directory with the cloud Active Directory. And of course, this can be abused. So we can check if the AD Sync service is running. And it is. So we can go back to our Active Directory mind map. We search for AD Connect and we found something. So we can see we can use this PowerShell script and it allows us to perform a DCA sync attack and then gives us domain admin. So let's Google for this script name. If we go down, we find also the blog post that explains this whole attack. And we can check here again. We see this is version 2 and it has been updated recently. And this hack the box machine is quite old. So I would try first the old script. And we find it here and we can download it. We can also have a short look at the script. In the first step, we establish a connection with the database. The keys are extracted from this table. Then the password is extracted from this table. We use this encrypt DLL to decrypt the password. And then some parsing is going on and it prints us the credentials. We transfer the script to our machine. And we can run it. This script failed and the problem is that it couldn't connect to the database. So we need to have a look again at the script. And the problem is this connection string. So after some Googling, I found the correct connection string. We need to specify our IP address. We need to specify the database. The catalog stays the same, but we also need to set integrated security to true for Windows authentication. We can transfer it again. And this time it worked. We see the administrator with the password. So we connect with either WinRM. And I used the wrong IP address, so let's try again. And we have access. And we can see the root flag. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.